don't know if you've ever heard of the expression where it kind of goes like this. If you're on the golf course and you don't want to be struck by lightning, the way to avoid that is hold a 1-iron over your head. Reason being is, they say, even God can't hit the 1-iron. But I tend to disagree with that. So let's take this 1-iron over to the TrackMan and see what the TrackMan says. Alright, so I've made it to the Noodle House on the outskirts of beautiful Newburgh, Indiana. And this morning I'm going to get some data for my 1-iron. But before I talk about data, let's just do a little bit of a comparison. So first, club face wise, the surface area of the hybrid, 5 hybrid, and the 1-iron are just about the same. And then as far as shaft length goes, the shafts are about the same length. So the 5 hybrid has a 1-iron length shaft. This happens to be a 1980s Wilson Staff blade. It's a beautiful golf club, and it has 18 degrees of loft. So I've heard it said that you have to have a really fast golf swing in order to make a 1-iron perform. Well, I'm going to show you that that myth doesn't hold any salt. Okay, and to do that, we're going to look at a few numbers here. The carry for the shot. Typically me, I don't have a lot of power. I'm not going to see a lot of carry with this club. I'm probably not going to see a lot of height either. But I am going to see something when it comes to total distance, especially on the smaller shots. And then we've got smash factor over here. That word smash factor, it sounds like, oh, I really have to use a lot of power in order to smash something. Well, that's not the case at all. This is an efficiency factor, with the best efficiency that you can get at 1.5. Now with this 1-iron and its 18 degrees of loft, a really good smash for this is going to be about 1.46, saying that I'm being really efficient. And as I do this, notice in scientific ease, it is independent of club head speed. If I swing the club slowly, I'm going to get a good smash if I hit the ball on the sweet spot with a square face. If I swing a little harder and I do those two things, nice square club face, really good contact on the middle of the face, I'm going to get a good smash factor number. So let's hit a few balls. Let's see what I get. Alright, first swing of the day. That was a terrible toe hit. Carried 40 yards. However, it rolled 35 yards more, and it has an absolutely terrible smash factor of 1.09. Alright, so that's the bottom of the spectrum. Let's try that again and try to get this baby on the sweet spot. Alright, that one felt a whole lot better. Alright, so I've just demonstrated a pretty easy swing. It's got 70 yards of carry. It was only 9 feet high. It rolled to 117. So 70 to 117 is almost 50 yards of roll. And the smash factor just so happens to be the perfect number, 1.5. Now if smash was all about, you know, swinging really hard, really fast, making perfect contact, compressing that ball, how the hell did I do it with a shot that only flew 70 yards? So smash, nothing to do with smash. Everything to do with efficiency. If I look at the contact on this one, my path was perfect, the strike was perfect, everything. That was a perfect, easy 1-iron shot. 117 yards. Let me try again, see if I can't produce such a marvelous shot. with a little bit more power. That one was a little toe-ish. Now the thing about this one iron is, when you mishit it, you know it. So I made the call pretty quick that I toe-hitted that one just from the feedback I get from this particular club. If there's any club in my bag that gives me the most feedback on how I hit a shot, it's this number 1 iron, which makes it the absolute perfect practice club. Alright, so on that one it carried 185, 14 high for 130 total, so 45 yards a roll, and the smash was 138 because of this toe hit situation. Let's try another one. That one also felt really good. Again, the TrackMan shows it, perfect strike. 120 yards of carry. That's the best my 8-iron can do, but I'll tell you what my 8-iron cannot do. My 8-iron cannot produce 47 yards of roll. So I got 166 yards for that. Again, the smash was perfect, and the strike shows it. Let me go for a little bit more power. See if I can get lucky again. Yeah, that felt pretty good too. A little bit of a toe hit. 137 carry, 30 on the height, 175, 174, and a 149 smash factor. Again, this one, 137, 174, 34 and 3, 35 yards of rollout. This one might take a couple of takes for me, but I'm going to try to make the best 1-iron shot I can, and then I'll show you the numbers for that best one.
Bacon cheddar. After all, everything's better with bacon and cheddar. It's Courtney from First Federal Savings Bank. If your idea of a summer getaway involves a boat, a motorcycle, or an RV, we've got you.
Well, it's too bad I'm not getting a smash factor on that one, but this is certainly the best shot that I've hit here this morning. I've got 172.1 carry, 50 feet high, with a rollout to 201. So we can see the further I hit this, the lower it flies and the less the rollout. Still getting 30 yards of rollout on a shot that carried 172. There we go. There's a really good one. All right, 173.3 on the carry, 51 on the height, 201.6 for the total shot, and a smash factor of 1.51. Now, all right, in an earlier video on the 8-iron, I explained how it was really difficult for a high lofted club to impart spin, slice spin onto a ball. However, in that video I said it's kind of easy for a low lofted club to put slice spin on the ball. So let me hit one of those and show you how easy that happens to be. So for a slice, I'm going to aim to the left, I'm going to open the club face. Shot's probably going to fly a little bit higher, and we'll see how much curve we can put on this. Outside in strike, slight toe hit, but you can see here I've put a lot of right to left on that shot. I'm sorry, a lot of left to right. Now let me hit one more, see if I can't get it off of the toe there. Yeah, that felt good. All right, it was right on the sweet spot. Club out to in. 160 for a carry, 43 high, 189 total, so almost 30 yards of roll, 146 smash, and we can see from the screen it had the left to right shape. Right? I'm going to hit a draw with this club, which is kind of a difficult thing to do because when I turn the club to the left to close the face, I lose almost all of the loft on this club. So in order to get myself some loft, to get this thing to draw, I need to move the ball up in my stance and catch it with a slightly ascending blow to give it some air time, and then allow it to draw. So I'm aiming right at the target. I've got the face closed. I've got the ball moved up in my stance. Let's see what I can get. All right, there's my in-out action. A little bit on the toe again. 105 carry, only 16 high, 157 total. So that ball ran 52 yards, and it had a smash of 1.48. Pretty good strike. I take that for demonstration purposes. All right, and the last thing that I might want to do with this club is if I'm in the trees, I'll play it in the back of my stance, nice easy shot, and I'm going to hit this thing really low. Probably 3 or 4 feet high if I'm going to guess. So, close the face, play it back. Nice easy swing, try to get it on the sweet spot. All right, that was a good contact. Carried 77, only 5 feet high. Total, almost 140 yards with a smash of 1.47. So what I'm trying to get across to you here this morning is don't abandon the 1-iron. It's an absolutely great club to have in your bag for practice. On the golf course, about the only time I really use this is when I've got a perfect lie, the ground conditions are really dry and really hard so that I can really get some total yardage to the shot. And I'll typically hit this club pretty easy, 100 yards of carry, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get another 100 yards of roll. So it's the easiest 200 yards of shot that I can get. So very useful in the summertime when it's dry and the course is running fast. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope to see you in the next one.